Merlin's beard. Your Highness, it's terrible. I fell asleep. I should be at my post. I should have reported back from my post by now. It's definitely past dawn. Oh, dear. What do you mean, do not worry? I have fallen asleep. At my post. I am to be watching you, to keep you safe, and instead I was asleep. On a night shift. Oh, this is... Well, yes, I was supposed to be with you. But awake? What kind of night am I? Well, yes, I'm a light sleeper, but that's besides the point. The whole point is I always report back after a night shift. Despite how I look, I do need to rest, so I have someone switch out with me. Do you not see what I'm saying? I never went back. How are you so nonchalant about this? Do you realize what that implies? Your Highness, that is a very optimistic thought. But you never wake up early. No, you don't. Do you really think they would believe that you would have woken up before dawn and asked me to stay? Well, I suppose you do have that ranking that you can say whatever is true. But still. Well, yes, I slept quite well. One learns to sleep in one's armor. It's not an easy task, but eventually you learn. I don't think you're really focused on the task at hand. Your personal royal knight, who is meant to keep guard of you during the night, has fallen asleep in your bedchambers, in your bed. Not that anyone is currently aware of that. And they did not report back from their post to go to sleep. You can't just wave that off. Your Highness, please. We've talked about this. I don't want to be discharged from my post for making silly mistakes. By not being responsible. And God knows if your mother finds out, or at least before you tell her, I don't think she'll be all too pleased with me. I don't worry too much, you don't worry enough. We'll just say we chatted all through the night. Then I'll look really irresponsible. I'm supposed to have you get rest. My love. I merely am just trying to properly assess the situation. What are you doing? No, I can't stay here. You know I can't. Your Highness, until it has been properly declared to your mother, we do have to take some proper precautions. And one of those being, I cannot just lounge in here and cuddle all day inside your chambers like some peasant girl. I don't know. I am your royal knight. Therefore, I need to treat you as one. Your safety is still in my hands. I cannot lose focus. And I appreciate that you trust me that much. You trust your life so much with me. But you must admit, this is rather unorthodox. How I love your optimism. But I simply cannot lay in here any longer. You know why I can't. For one, it is not the best way to protect you. And two, I probably should report back. Just for a little while. I can tell them your ridiculous story of, for some reason, you having a bout of insomnia and me chatting you up all night, therefore that is why I did not come back. I don't know how we chatted for that long. All right, my love. If that lie does not suit you anymore, then what would you like me to tell them? You had a nightmare. You had a nightmare, so, in the middle of the night, that is why I came in to check on you. And that is why I'm still here now. I suppose you could have awoken in the very early hours of the morn with a nightmare. I suppose I would have come in here to comfort you. Fine, I shall tell them that. Hopefully they believe me. I feel like Cornelius is getting rather suspicious, if I'm being honest. Well, do you remember when I became injured? And you jumped out of your window. You shouldn't have done that. Well, regardless, when the incident occurred, I think he wondered why you jumped out your window. And why I seemed so overly upset that he lost you. I mean, it's not really in our training to prepare for a royal to escape out the window. It doesn't happen very often. But no, I think he wonders. He's never said anything, but I think he wonders. Then let him wonder. You seriously still want me to stay here and with you? My love, I really do have to get back. I'd love to throw caution to the wind with you, but I took an oath as a royal knight. And I will always be that. I've sworn to protect you from everything. Now am I going to protect you from leaving your side? Don't you get cheeky with me, Your Highness. You know, falling in love with you has been rather dangerous. And I feel like somehow all these rules I set for myself, these things that were so important, being tactful, being focused, being well disciplined. And I feel like with you sometimes I throw all of that out the window. If I'm throwing everything out the window, then can I stay for a few more minutes? You're really pushing your luck, Your Highness. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry, it's out of habit. You are still my Highness. I feel like that's something I will always call you. But not like how everyone else does. I say it with much more fondness. Much more loyalty. You truly are my Highness. And I am your knight. And that is something I will always be sure of. Always. Yes, I will stay for a little longer. That is truly what you want. How could I say no to you? You had a very terrible nightmare, remember? Goodness, how are we going to tell your mother? Over tea. You're going to tell your mother over tea that you're with your royal knight, and you think she's going to take that well? She won't think God forbid, that I abused my post. And how do you know she won't think that? Because she really likes me. Are you sure she likes me that much? Well, I will take your word for it. I know she appreciates that. I've protected you and cared for you. I just fear that won't be enough for her. You truly do always say the sweetest things. You know she will, because I am more than enough for you. My love, you are more than enough for me. Sometimes you're truly more than I ever bargained for. I mean, look at me. I'm in full armor, laying in a bed. I never imagined me doing anything like this when I got this position. But despite that, despite how sometimes you really truly like to get me almost in trouble, I don't regret any of it. I will always be grateful for the day that I was asked to be your royal knight, to be always by your side. That is something I will always be grateful for. Because until I met you, I did not know what true strength was. And I didn't know how strong I could be. And that's because the love I found with you is love that is stronger than anything else I've ever experienced. And I have you to thank for that. So, that is why, against all better judgment, I will spend a few more minutes here with you in your chambers. But just a few more. We don't want them to be too suspicious now, do we?